Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome back to some more Star Citizens. Now today, this is number 4 of the Tactical Advance Organisation update. Now starting from the top, we've hit the 500 mark on for members on the Star Citizens website, which is fantastic news, guys. Really pleased with that. So we're making really good progress. You know, we've had this conversation before, numbers doesn't mean anything really to me. It's more about the interaction and what them 500 people are doing. So moving on from that, which is sort of just, you know, it sort of just says everything really. You know, I've always said the organisation is supposed to be based around, you know, people communicating, having fun, you know, and have that level of interaction. Now the forum's there, you know, not just to help everyone with questions and answers and so on, but also it's there to help you guys build a relationship with the people inside the organisation, because later on down the line when the game goes live, at least that way then you've had some communication with some of these people, and that's the sort of main purpose. And so far on the forum we have around 300 members, which is fantastic, guys. I mean, let's look at this logically. I'm not saying that all 300 are from stuff. Let's just say, you know, 25, 30 have probably just haven't got a package yet. But the reality is we're probably doing 50% of our Star Citizens members are actually signed up on the Tactical Advance forum. So that means that they're interacting and talking with each other. So I see that as a really good point for me, and I'm really pleased with that. Now some of the things that I'm planning on doing with the actual site further down the line, I'm waiting for Star Citizens to release an API, and the API will pull in credentials like ships and fleet and stuff like that. We're still waiting for the fleet button on the Star Citizens site, but when that comes live, I'm hoping that Star Citizens gives us the tool set to pull in via an API ships, and also to about append them against users, and also about to use the Star Citizens authentication. So what that means is on the forum you could have your ships in the footer displayed there, appended against your name and so on. We're probably going to see some other things appended against your name as well, because Chris Roberts has spoken about the humanity system or rating system. And I'm sure that that will be appended against your name as well. So we've got some fantastic stuff coming up. So as soon as the API comes out, you know, I'll get some guys on it and we'll get that implemented straight away. So looking forward to that. Now, if you watched the previous video, you would also know that we've started doing Armour Fridays. It's going very well. It's going better than we thought, actually. You know, we went from a few people to 20 people to 30 people, and it's growing and growing and growing. And with something like Armour, that's fantastic, because you can have massive squads, guys. So, you know, we still want to crank that up and get, you know, a lot more people along to join in. Now, on Fridays, you know, the amount of time that these guys are playing, we're talking 6-7 hours, guys. So, you know, you just drop in, and if you want to just play for half an hour, 20 minutes, then pop in and say hello. Now, one of the things we've been working on as well over the past sort of weeks. Now, just to give you a sort of a bit of heads up, because, you know, I've had a couple of emails from a few people saying, you know, I'm familiar with organisations, what we're going to do until the game goes live. Now, there's a lot of stuff that we're doing in the background. Now, the first thing that we actually do now, when I say we, that's Tony Hells, the marketing guy, Wolf, and Jericho, and myself, we now have weekly conference calls, and where we discuss and we talk about progression in the organisation. So basically what I'm doing is I'm setting the objectives out for these guys to deliver different aspects of what I'm trying to achieve, and then each week we catch up and see where we are with delivering them sort of objectives. So we're making progress. It's not like I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs. What's actually turned out of this, guys, this is actually, I'm not saying it's a full-time job, but it's a massive commitment for me and these other guys. They're doing a great job. You know, we are by far just sitting here. What's going on in the background? You know, we're just doing so much. We've got so much planned, but I believe in not telling you too much, because I want to manage people's expectations. I'd rather tell you when it's factual and it's implemented. So I've got some stuff to tell you today, actually, which is pretty cool as well. So, you know, there's a lot going on. We've sort of nailed the meetings now. We've got a good structure there. And what's coming out of the meetings is very good. Now, alongside of that, you know, we've spoken in the last video about talking about retention. And it's a key factor. I mean, we're talking about, when I say retention, there's no point having 500 people and then when the game goes live, there's only 10 playing. So the question is what are we going to do to help them 500 people, interact inside the organisation between now and the launch. Now, as well as obviously the Armour Fridays, the first thing what we need to try and do, I understand, guys. I mean, before I started my YouTube channel, I hated the sound of my voice. I'm relatively old, but I had an dictaphone, that was state of the art before mobile phones sort of could record your voice and stuff. I know it sounds quite primitive, guys, but showing me age there. I recorded my voice a couple of times and I listened back to it and I think, God, that just sounds awful. You know what I mean? I just think, just can't stand it. And here I am today, guys, making videos. And sometimes, I think what I'm trying to say is I understand that, let's say, 20% or a percentage of the people that have joined the organisation are maybe, I don't want to say the word frightened, but maybe they're intimidated or they maybe don't want to join TeamSpeak for them reasons. And the point of me bringing this up is because I'm genuinely saying that don't have an inferiority about your voice, guys, because what we want is, as an organisation, we want these people to come in and join in and TeamSpeak. It's not like a TeamSpeak channel. I'll be first to say that if it's a big TeamSpeak channel and there's a lot of people in there, it may seem intimidating, but let me reassure you that is not the case at all. And I like to point out, which will never happen. We've got forum moderators on there. We've got TeamSpeak, a code of conduct as such, right? And we don't accept any sort of bullying, any sort of racial behaviour, anything that is going to make people feel unwelcome. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is look, please come on TeamSpeak. You're all welcome to come on. You can just come on and chat if you really don't want to talk. But I'm just trying to make it as easy as I possibly can for that percentage, just to make you feel as welcome as I possibly can. And at the end of the day, look, I'm always here as well. We've got the moderators, but if you ever have an issue, you can come and email me. Email me on the forum. Email on my YouTube channel. I'll deal with it. If it ever had an issue, you let me know and I'll resolve it. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's as much as I can do to make you feel as welcome as I possibly can. Now, the second part of that, one of the things we've actually organised now, which I think I'm really pleased with it, and I'm hoping it goes well. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to have to play it by ear, and if it's successful, we'll continue doing it. Obviously, if it's not successful, then we'll revise what we're doing and see if we can maybe do it over a longer period. Now, what we plan on doing is 2 basically TeamSpeak conferences. Let's call it that. We've got the first one is initiates. And what the initiates will be is the initiate meeting will be a meeting where new people into the organisation or tactical advance in general can join the TeamSpeak channel. It's a set time. It's going to be at 7 CST time on a Tuesday, and I'll put all the dates in the description so you can grab them from there. And also I'll put a link to the forum, which will give you the full post on, so give you a bit of heads up as actually what's going to happen. Now, what this is aimed to do is, look, I asked myself a question. I joined the organisation. Now, it's like Groundhog Day. Someone says, where's the TeamSpeak channel? Where's this? Where's that? So my instant response to that is, guys, we're doing something wrong here. If these people are all asking the same questions over and over again, first thing we need is an initiates forum post. Now, look, I probably wouldn't read it. I would rather join in a TeamSpeak and just listen to someone telling me it. What we're saying is we're giving the option of both. We're giving you the forum post, which should give you all the information you need to get started in the organisation or the Tactical Advance website, everything you need to know. On the latter, what you can have is also you can join the Q&A sort of conference, and Starwolf, the recruitment officer, will be hosting it, and he will take you through all aspects and everything you need to know about the organisation. And then once he's finished talking, then you have the opportunity to ask any questions. This correlates to the last thing I said. I'm just trying to make people feel as welcome as I possibly can. And if that is you making that first step because, you might not necessarily want to talk in TeamSpeak, well, look, what's going to happen is once Wolf's finished the Q&A session, he'll take you into the TeamSpeak channel and he'll introduce every one of you to all the people in TeamSpeak. Just trying to make it easy as I possibly can, guys. And I think I would like that as well. And if it was me and I was coming to the organisation or a TeamSpeak channel, I would like to go in it that way. It's a much more, to get introduced rather than just dropping in and saying who's this person. At least that way you get introduced. Now, there's going to be set dates for this. We're planning to do the first one on on the Tuesday. That's going to be Tuesday at 7 CST. If you look in the description below, you'll see the word conference. If you click on that, it will take you through to the post there. So if you don't want to watch the video again and get the time. Now, on from that. So I've got a lot to go through today. We're planning on another one as well, because then the next question is, you know, once you're in the organisation, I think it's fair to say that we need a Q&A session. We need a Q&A conference every X amount of time to discuss questions and answers. So get all you guys in one room, you answer questions, and then, you know, we'll all be there. You know, Tony will be hosting it. So Tony, Hells, you know, everyone's going to be there. And we'll answer any questions that you've got around the organisation, whatever you want to talk about, guys. As long as it's a good question, we'll answer that question for you. Now, the first one we're planning to do, which is going to be on Friday. It's going to be Friday at 7 PM CST. Now, the reason we've gone for CST at the moment is because, look, it's inconvenient for me. I'm doing it because I'm making the assumption, I make the assumption, there's a lot of people from, it's a middle ground time. Look, we're going to play it by ear. I'm flexible, guys. If it doesn't work for the majority, then we'll move it. It's inconvenient for me because it's obviously 1 o'clock in the morning, but, you know, I'm going to go out my way and make sure that, you know, I'm there. I'm sure you guys we'll have a good time. And I think at the end of the day, the purpose is just to iron out any questions you've got. So, you know, you don't sit there pondering, and I like the idea of it. Let's see how it goes, guys. I'm looking forward to it anyway. Now, the second part, that's sort of the main bulk of what we've actually been planning. This is step one into something, and when I say step one, we'll see how it goes. And when I say I see how it goes, when we come out the other side, you'll probably find the next one we arrange will probably have more structure, because it's a learning curve for me, it's a learning curve for Wolf and Tony, it's a learning curve for all of us. We'll put our hands up and say, look, we're going to give this a shot, and we're aware that, you know, for the first time round, it might not be absolutely amazing. But what we do know is we're definitely looking to improve what we do over time. So, like I said, learning curve, and I'm looking forward to it as well. Right, okay, so let's move on. So on the organisation side, we've had around about 60 applicants for the police commander's role. If you missed out on the previous video and you would like to apply for this position, just click on the link below. You'll see it says police commander application there. Simply click on that link and it takes you through to the forum post, and then all you need to do is to submit, you know, why you feel that you would be ideal for that role. Now, when we're going to plan on drawing the results, I would say that there's no immediate rush. We've all identified, everyone in the organisation saying the same thing. We all know that police commander is going to be a big role. We know we're further on down the line. There's going to have to be subsets, some people working under him, because, you know, it's such a big role to do. That is 100% clear. But like I said, we understand that. So taking the time to get the right person, you know, we've got to do that. And that's what we plan to do. Now, if you look in the description as well, there's a link over to the forum. And this is quite significant, actually, because this is how we're sort of gauging our organisation. There's a link there to a post that is a poll on what are you going to be doing in the Star Citizens universe. Now, go and vote, guys, because that helps. It helps me then understand what everyone wants to do in the organisation, which is important. I mean, there's no point me arranging things in one area and there's only 2 people doing it. Now, as you will see from the poll so far, a lot of people will be interested in the policing and exploring aspect of it. So it's a really good indication. So the more people that do that, the better it's going to help me identify what roles we need to fill and what we need to be doing before the game goes live. So click on the link, guys, go and have a look. A conversation that's come up quite a lot. Now, I mean, Star Citizens have actually told us that there will be an option to get a server further down the line. Of course we will, guys. Let's just get it out of the way. I mean, that's a done deal. How are we going to do it and pay for it? We'll worry about it further down the line. We might just like double chip in or something, even if we do $1 each or something. I don't think it's going to be a lot. And then what we do is we get a server. What will we use it for? We could do all sorts of stuff, guys. We could plan attacks. We could work out really good formations. We could do events. You know, there's just loads and loads and loads of stuff we can do. We could even modify our own server to suit our needs. So I think that's a done deal. It's just more finding what the parameters are around the server and what we can actually do on that. Now, from what I've seen from the Chris Roberts videos from Tenth and the Chairman, it looks like we don't get obviously the whole persistent universe. I think we just get one area being one one large area. I don't think it's going to be small by any means, but you obviously won't get the persistent universe. Now, anything gained on that server while you're in that universe is not transferable over into the real persistent universe, which is cool. I think we have it for a reason, you know, like I said, like a Spain for the reasons. So something I'm looking forward to as well, because I think that'd be great fun. And it'd give a lot for other stuff for us to plan and do further down the line. Next week, we have our company intro video going live, so you're all going to see that. I'm looking forward to that. I've seen it. It looks really great, guys. Like I said, that would be in the next company update video. And then finally on the agenda, it's gone on quite a bit today, guys. It's been waffling on here, but I had quite a lot to go through, and I really wanted to get it done today because it's key for the video to go today. So, you know, we get them people on Friday for that meeting. The last and final thing, which is going to be coming out quite a lot over the sort of next weeks, is the dogfighting. Obviously, we're all looking forward to that. We don't really know. We know PAX East is coming up, but we don't really know it's going to be going live 2 weeks after, 3 weeks. Who knows? But what we have done preliminarily, we've allocated the role to Hells, which is the marketing guy. He will be responsible for arranging the dogfighting. When I say the dogfighting, battle-stroke teams for the dogfighting module. So, look, there's not much he can do at the moment because he doesn't really. We know we all want to do it, guys. Yeah, but what we don't know what we're going to be doing. If that makes any sense. We don't really, they sort of explain slightly, they're saying that there'll be player v AI, but they didn't mention anything about player v player. So we'll have to wait and see, guys. So, like I said, once we've got a bit more of an understanding, once PAX East is gone and we can see what's there, we might be able to plan something off the back of that. But, you know, this is reality, guys. If there's nothing for plan for, we can't plan for it. So that's pretty much it, guys. I think I've nailed everything there. Like I said, guys, you know, the Q&A sessions, check out the link below. I'm hoping you can all come along. Everyone's welcome. You know, the more the merrier, and, you know, I'm looking forward to it as well. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video this week. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.